Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another really easy keto dinner recipe for you. This is something that I like to have on regular rotation because my kids like it, my husband loves it, and it's really easy to make. So it's great for those weeknights when you only have maybe about a half hour to make dinner. This is gonna be your recipe. I'm gonna show you how to make keto lasagna. So if you wanna learn how to make this, then keep watching. This is just going to be a very basic keto lasagna recipe. For the noodles, I'm going to use chicken breast, deli sliced chicken meat that I picked up from the grocery store. This is an idea that I picked up from Maria Emmerich. She's done this before when making lasagna. It also works great for making enchiladas too. I have a video on how to make keto enchiladas and I'll have that linked up above here. You can click on the I or down below in the description box. The recipe for this keto lasagna is very basic, but you can always jazz it up with a little bit more spices. But I'm just gonna show you my simple ingredients that go into it. So first off, I have a pound of ground beef. Certainly use 2 pounds if you're gonna double the recipe, or 3 pounds if you're gonna triple. This recipe makes a really good freezer meal too, so I recommend making up one to have tonight and maybe a second one to have later on that you can pop in your freezer. And you're also gonna need some ricotta cheese, and definitely get the whole milk ricotta cheese. Don't buy the skim milk one, because remember, we need to have as much fat as possible and low amount of carbs. And then, of course, you want some mozzarella cheese. This is about 2 cups, maybe even 3 here. I'll leave the macros down below for you of what I'm gonna be using. You might have to adjust it based off of how much cheese you want. And then for the sauce, I'm gonna be using my favorite sauce, which is Rouse brand sauce. I picked this up from Thrive Market. I'll have it linked down below on where you can purchase it. It's the best kind. There's only 4 net carbs per, I think it's a half a cup in here. So it's really good macros on this. And then of course, like I said, we're gonna be using deli meat for our noodles, our lasagna noodles. So here is some sliced chicken breast. You can get whatever kind you want. Turkey works really good too. And like I said, if you want to jazz it up a bit, which I probably will, I'm going to add some garlic powder and some basil along with salt and pepper for seasonings in my marinara sauce. The first thing that we're going to do is brown our ground beef, and we're just going to cook it on a skillet over medium-high heat with a sprinkling of salt and pepper for seasoning. Now it's time for the marinara sauce. I'm going to add about a half a jar of the Rouse marinara to this recipe, and I'm just gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes just so that all the flavors can meld together. And now our red sauce is done. Once the meat is done cooking, now we're ready to assemble the lasagna. I'm gonna be using a rectangle baking dish. This is like a smaller than an 8x10 or 9x11. I don't know, it's a smaller size. It says it's 22 quarts. I like using this one just because I like thicker layers of lasagna, so I like to use a smaller pan, but you can use whatever pan you want to. Traditionally, lasagnas have a layer of red sauce down at the bottom to prevent the noodles from sticking, then a layer of noodles, more red sauce, ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, and then repeat your layers again with noodle, red sauce, ricotta, mozzarella cheese. So that's what I'm gonna do here too. So I'm just adding a thin layer of red sauce just to give it a little fluid down below. You could actually pour a little bit more of the marinara sauce down if you wanted to and not waste your red sauce. It's completely up to you. I just like to do this because I like to save my marinara for another recipe during the week. Next, we add our noodles down, and ideally you just want to lay down one slice at a time. Sometimes they break, that's okay, you can just piece them together. Now comes our layer of ricotta cheese. If you didn't want to use ricotta cheese, I do have a recipe that I posted on my Instagram showing you how to make a white sauce if you wanted to make your own white sauce. It's a little bit more involved, but it's really delicious. So I'm just gonna do little dollops of ricotta cheese throughout, just because it is a little bit harder to spread, and then just kind of spread them evenly if I can. And next, our mozzarella cheese gets sprinkled on. And now we're ready to repeat the layers, laying down some more of our deli chicken slices and some red sauce. On the last layer, I'm just gonna spread the red sauce and then top it with some mozzarella cheese. So here's our keto lasagna. I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 400 degrees till about like 15 minutes or so, until it's nice and bubbly on top. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what your favorite go-to weeknight meals are for making keto dinners down in the comments below. Have a good one. Bye.